Callum, I notoriously do not have a driving license.
It's very true.
And
It's still a point of contention within our family. So yeah,
very much so. But look at my baby. Look at her.
it's fucked
She's
up. That's
she's
not how
wonderful.
cars should look.
Oh yeah, but they do though. It's great. Ignore the windscreen wipers. I'll get to that. But look, she's lovely. She's so good, and she's served me
It's
so well.
broken, Yoon.
No,
it's
it's
broken.
really not.
That tire's flat.
Oh, we'll get to that. That's why this is preparation for a video, Callum. This is how this
Oh,
works.
okay. You set it up so you've got
I've
a
set
fucked
it
up car.
So I've got a fucked up car. Definitely not because the mission immediately before this, I fucked this car up real bad.
It can be both. That's
both.
allowed.
This Pacific Drive. This is so we're filming this way after this game came out because we just haven't had a chance to. But this is definitely one of my favorite games of the year so far. I'm about in my other save. I think it was 25, 26 hours,
25, yeah.
into this game. I don't think it's a particularly long game, but I'm really taking my time with it. And I think you'll see why the time commitment kind of goes exponentially the further you get into the game, and I think you'll see why. So it's a game, but so the setup for it basically is you're on a drive through the Pacific Northwest in the US, and you get pulled into this thing called the Zone, which is, hey, it looks like Pacific Northwest, but it's all been like walled off, and nobody really knows why. Like, people talk about like, oh, it was the government just came in and walled this section of the place off, but nobody really talks about it, and you get pulled into it via this weird anomaly thing. And then you get contacted by a couple of people who live in the zone and are like, hey, where the fuck did you find a car? Cars don't work in the zone. And they very quickly realize, like, oh, the car's actually, like, essentially magic, but is actually, like, powered by anomalies, and like, should not be running. Like, gas-powered things just don't work. Like, God, what's the term for how engines work? That I've forgotten. Combustion engines don't work in the zone, but somehow this car is. So the story kind of becomes, why is this car running and how do we get you the fuck out the zone? So this save is like 3 hours in, I think, but basically the first 3 hours are like getting you accustomed to the systems. There's not a lot of like, and also I'm not going to show a lot of story here because there's no real point. But I just kind of want to show you that this game is basically a bunch of systems that have so perfectly pulled together and work with each other that make it super interesting to do really mundane things. And it manages to do a bunch of stuff that I hate in other games in a way that I really, really appreciate. So, for instance, we should start with the car itself. So this is the car. The base of the car is the base of the car, right? As I'm going along, you can see like I've got like steel doors and steel panels, but crude headlights and bumpers and all this kind of stuff. Any of these panels.
You've got two different types of headlight there, it looks like.
Yeah, I've got one headlight.
Or has one got a guard?
Because I managed to salvage one of these headlights and one of them being crude. And you can see like, so if I can like yank this headlight off and then replace it with other ones. So the car's very customizable. If I do I've got this kind of like scanning headset on. So if I go to the panel and hold scan, it'll give me a report. It's like, yeah, these panels are all fucked up around your car. You can see they've got like stats and all this kind of stuff. So you basically have to keep your car running and also upgrade it to a way that will help you in the zone. So if I go into the back here, I've got a tech tree. You can upgrade
for your car.
Well, upgrades for the garage as well. Upgrades for higher level components that you can build, tools that you can have, lights, bodies, wheels, all of this kind of stuff. There's a lot in here. And I may briefly just show you the car in my save at the minute, but it's like unrecognizable because it's got so much shit just strapped to it.
Sure.
And I really like the aesthetic of like all of this is like you don't really know what you're doing, but you're just like duct taping stuff to the car in the hope that it'll work. So we need to prepare the car. Also, you've got like, hey, there's a sewing machine in here for you to add stuff to yourself. So like get bigger backpacks and add raincoats and all the stuff you need to survive out there. So very quickly, just going to pull some stuff together. So, right, because I was going to say stuff that's later on in the game. So currently I've got a bunch of panels that are, you can see the health bar on them are just like fucked, basically. So, what do I have? Do I have anything left over? I do, okay. So I've got repair putty, which is this stuff where I can just go, thump, and it'll start healing.
Oh, okay, right. It is just like magic. Okay.
Oh yeah. At this point, no, it's chemicals.
But it's like zone chemicals,
It's
right?
zone chemicals.
Yeah.
So you can fix the car via this stuff. I'm just gonna try and do the best I can because we're not gonna make it to the next section. So you can also see like this one's got that yellow icon on it, which means additionally it's cracked. And again, a really cool thing about this is, so you can see one of the context icons under there is the menu button. You hold the menu button on basically anything like that, it'll take you straight to the logbook for like, here's what cracked means. That's like all through the game, like anything you're looking at, basically, if you hold the menu button, it'll take you straight to the logbook entry for, here's what that means.
Oh,
and
that's
it's super
good.
fucking handy. So this means like, hey, there's fractures in this stuff, and it's like door, so the glass is fucked. But basically, you can fix it with a sealing kit.
That's your CRPG underlined word, take me to glossary thing. Yeah.
And it's super, super useful because there's like the amount of status effects and stuff like that that can happen to bits of the car and yourself is kind of wild. So you can see as I've fixed the car, like it looks better, but there's still like it's still kind of crude panels.
Yeah, it's still a bit rusty and yeah.
Like the crude stuff definitely is like this is like 90% duct tape. That's good enough. I've got gas, so I can need to fill it up. And there.
It doesn't take like special magic gas.
No,
or
it's just
whatever,
gas.
Like...
Just gas.
Okay.
So also the reason why I've got this garage is one of the people that gets over that contacts you when you come through is like, hey, I've got a workshop. Like you can just use it because we don't fucking need it anymore because cars don't work. So you can just she set up this garage and is helping you. So close that down. I should recharge the battery, which is great 'cause it just switches everything off in the workshop.
Yeah.
I'll get to the Tinker Station in a second because that was the moment where I was like, okay, this game's doing some cool stuff. What else have I got? So I've got some flat tires, which I know. So there's a bunch of tools that you need to fix that stuff. So it was like, hey, you need a sealing kit to fix that, which I don't have. I'll get one of. Okay, so I can use that. So I can just fix this tire. But I need more. So you've got workbench, and the workbench will let you build a bunch of stuff, including like panels and tires and headlights. And I've had this carbureted engine since. Oh no, this is the first engine. I've had the replacement engine for this for about 12 hours, and I've never had enough stuff to actually build it because it requires some.
Oh right, it's not
weird
you
resources.
having the engine; it's you building the engine.
You have to,
right, okay.
and I'll show you the unlock for that, but it's interesting. So I need another sealing kit, so I'm just gonna build a sealing kit, and you can see like here's how much stuff it needs, and these are the resources you'll find out in the zone, which we'll get to. The other thing, like the thing I think that makes this game work is that it's thought about so many different parts of the game, and just kind of, if you expect it to do something, it's probably thought about it and done it. So for instance, do I have anything that will do it? Not particularly. Well, here is one of the things. So this is the impact hammer, for instance, needs scrap metal and gas cylinders, which are just stuff you find. But it also needs a gear, which is a second level resource you have to build yourself.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah.
So rather than you going
yourself.
like, oh shit, I need to go build 2 gears. If you just hold down craft, it'll build the 2 gears first and then build the thing.
Oh,
so it's like another step that you don't have to do.
Is that what that star means beside it? Is that it is buildable?
Yes, it's a buildable thing.
Yeah.
So like all the other things are like down the bottom here. Like so you can build it here if you want. Also it shows you like the material source. So that like all the materials for this are coming from the backpack, from the car, and from the garage that you've got. It shows you how many of each of those things you've got in each of those storage options. So if I build a sealing kit, I've suddenly got one in my backpack, but it counts it kind of because it's in the garage, so it's kind of everywhere. But it counts like stuff you've left in your cardboard boxes, stuff you've got in the lockers that you've got, which is full of materials. Oh wow, I'll come back to that. So where's that thing that I need to put the sealing kit on? Is this door? This door. Dunk. Great. I think all the rest of the tires are good. I think I checked. Yeah, they're fine. Okay. So yeah, so if I was to go to the fabrication station here and be like, okay, I want the expanded lockers, for instance. So that needs steel
more
sheets.
storage space.
So it needs. So it's got some prerequisites. It's got materials that it needs, and then it's also got energy. We'll come back to energy, but energy is the thing on the left. The different types of energy that you get out in the zone. So if I build the expanded locker, for instance, it produces the locker kit, which you can then pick up and dump. So you'll do, let's put it here. Kind of don't explain this bit, but I'm taking it just as an abstraction. And then you put expanded lockers, and then you've got a locker you can put more stuff in. And
nice.
let's go.
Okay.
Also, it stopped raining. This game looks so good. Like, it's a really small team. Well, it's a reasonably small team that have made it, but man, like, it's
a good looking game.
It just looks so good. And see when
it looks good, and it's got style. That's
it's got its own style. Oh, speaking of style, this is the friendly dumpster. The friendly dumpster, every time you come back to the garage, you can ask the friendly dumpster for stuff. The friendly dumpster will sometimes go, cool, here's some stuff. Usually, it's actually really good. Like, they describe the friendly dumpster as, like, it kind of knows what you need and will kind of just help you.
Sure, okay.
So, like, if you come in and your car's, like, fucked up, sometimes it'll, like, give you a tire and stuff like that. Like, it'll be really nice. My inventory's full, so I'm going to dump it. Well, that's full, which is why I got this. I'm going to just switch over. So again, if you just click the right stick, it'll just transfer all materials like in one click rather than you having to shift them all over, stuff like that. Look at these. So you've also got tools for surviving out in the wild. So currently I've got pry bar, which is a pry bar. I've got the impact hammer, which lets you just like break stuff, like locks and the glass things.
Yeah, the impact hammer I've seen a lot of use in videos and stuff I've watched.
It's really interesting. The scrapper, which like if you come across cars and other stuff, you throw the scrapper at it and it'll turn it into component parts. I currently have, this is the entire level of light I have. It's not good. It's like little bit. Vacuum, hand vac, which lets you do that and also gather some resources. And then the anchor radar, which I'll come back to. So I've got all of that. There's a bunch of other stuff in the garage that I'm not going to touch. Well, actually, yeah, I could touch. So one of the things you can pick up out in the zone.
I was going to say, you need to get out and start fucking driving, because this is just a garage simulator right now.
So, like, the amount of time you spend actually in here, it's quite a lot. So we're going to do this. I'm just quickly going to take... So these things... This is also kind of core to this game. I just found these things out in the zone. Dumpster barrels. And, like, you go to the logbook for them, and it's like... Oops. You go... Where are you? Dumpster part... can I do it from here? No, I can't really. But you see, if I find these things and they're like, I don't know, it's a dumpster barrel. Who the fuck knows what this is? And eventually you come in and you're like, okay, so I then unlock this thing, which you can put parts and tools and stuff in if they're running out of durability. And you'll get some resources back for them that you can then use to make the next one. If you dump a dumpster barrel in here, it'll just like... go fucking nuts, and I'll just give you a bunch of shit.
Ooh.
They don't tell you this. You just gotta have to try it at some point, and then it'll be like, oh yeah, dumpster barrel just gives you a bunch of stuff, and it's real good. So yeah, and there's a whole bunch of stuff. The one last thing I want to show about the garage, which was the point where I was like, oh, you're really fucking doing something interesting here. So the implication, obviously, that I've talked about is that the car is kind of magic, right? And it kind of doesn't quite behave the way you would expect a car to. One of the things you can unlock in the garage is this thing called the Tinker Station. And the Tinker Station allows you to fix what the game calls quirks. So
is that why your windscreen wipers are going constantly?
So yeah, so
okay,
the windscreen wipers are just kind of on, and you're like, okay, the windscreen wipers definitely were not on before, but so stuff will just kind of happen to the car sometimes, and you're like, what the fuck's that? That doesn't seem, something's happening here.
Yeah,
like,
something's wrong with that.
In the way that like you'll know people who have like shitty cars will be like, ah yeah, you kind of have to bang the windshield a couple of times for it to like kick on, like that kind of stuff. So they've systematized quirks. So you go to the Tinker Station, you're like, okay, you go in here and it's like, there's currently 2 quirks that you have that are happening, and the way you diagnose the quirks is you go, okay. You say like,
God, it's programming.
It's not programming.
Did I expect that?
It's not programming. It's just if then, right? So one of the things you can do is like, okay, if you switch on the car, then what happens? And if you get it right, it'll go, ah, you're right. Here's how you fix the quirk.
That's what it is, yeah. But
you get 8 guesses, and if you don't, you have to go out and like do a zone run to replenish. So you can't just sit and just try everything.
Yeah, you can't just sit and figure it out.
Yeah. You can also get like upgrades that'll be like, hey, give me a clue if I spend some energy and all this kind of stuff. I'm trying desperately to remember what the quirks are at this point in the game for me, but they'll probably appear. But like just to show like what can happen if I just do this, like when something happens, every car door falls off is a thing that can potentially happen.
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
Fuel
Is there like
faster.
are there quirks that could basically like ruin the game, like where like if you turn it on the car just stops working?
There's definitely stuff that would be bad, right? Like if you have you have like a really like bad combination where like every time you turn the car on, all the wheels fall off. Yeah, that's pretty. But like you're not gonna. That's not useful.
You can't really do anything with that. Okay.
Yeah. So there's all of that. So let's get in the car and let's go. So we actually need to set a plan for where we're going. So we use the route planner. Okay, so this is Oppie. She's one of the people that's helping you out. So the other thing about this is that it's a roguelike, right? In that you're doing runs on vaguely randomly generated places. So the like geographical layout of all these areas are the same, but the positions of everything inside them change. The positions of all the buildings in them change. The positions of where all the resources are change. All this kind of stuff. Can I skip this? I don't want her to stop talking. It's fine. So yeah. So basically, you start in the garage and you're like, okay, I need to go explore. Currently, my story objective is up here. So let's kind of figure out how we would get there. We're not going to get the whole way there. But one of the things you can do is scan here. So you can see there's kind of like dots between the garage and all these different areas. These are like, there's probably there's a way here, but we don't quite know like what it's going to be. And also you haven't scanned the place, so you don't quite know it's there. So we're going to try and get here. So we could just take we can't actually do the E5 because E5 is currently inoperable because I've used it. So if I'm going to go this way up to E1, so I'm going to scan this thing, which then reveals, yep, there's definitely a road. But there's only a road that goes to here. You need to go here and explore it to be able to unlock this road. So you kind of have to go out to the extents of what you know, explore it a bit, and then come back and then plan a route that goes through it. So that's kind of how...
That's kind of the whole point of the game,
exactly.
Right? Like, is exploration in your car.
Exactly. So you can see over here, like, it's got, on the right, it's got no junction conditions right now. Route analysis is things like what the kind of weather is in these different areas, how many buildings there are, how many other cars there are, how many random fuel bits there is. And then at the bottom, there's a bunch of anomalies of, like, here's stuff that you know about, and here's stuff you haven't seen yet. So there's a bunch of, like, not recognized. I'm like, okay, cool. So we're going to go here. Cool. So now we've got a plan. So we're going to go. Get in the car and go. So again, at this point in the game, I have to actually turn the car on. Oh, hey! Fucking windscreen wipers went on.
You figured it out.
Maybe I figured out that when the car turns on, the windscreen wipers come on. Also, when the windscreen wipers go on... Oh, that's a different thing. Anyway. So then we have to put it in drive, and we have to go. And we're going to go. And, like, the tactile, like, interaction stuff is another big part of why I like this. Like, hey, where's the... Yeah, I've got a dome light. I need to go turn it on, actually. I've got a radio up here, which I'm not going to turn on for copyright music reasons. But, yeah, so that's all a big part of it as well. So ahead. And then you've got your like, your car analysis panel in there, which shows you, like, how fucked up bits of your car are. So we're going to go here. And we're going to see what it's like out in the zone. So there was a whole thing, I think it kind of hit a bunch of sites about people talking about the save system in this game. It's fine. It's not for everyone. We talked about it a little bit in the podcast, but...
Yeah, we did, yeah.
But basically, like, the game saves whenever you transition between what they call junctions, which are, like, the bits where you actually get out and do stuff. So it will save here and won't save until you either go back to the garage or transition to a new junction. And that's kind of it. But since then, actually, since we had that conversation, they've added I'll just quickly show it. They've had this new option, which is abandon, save, and quit, which you can basically be like, I'm going to abandon this run right now, and you can choose how much stuff you take. Basically, there's like a level of difficulty customization in there, which is really handy, actually. So, God, it's raining, and it's windy, and there's just stuff happening, so turn my lights on. So, when you get into a section of the zone, you can look at the map, and there's some stuff here, so we're going to go... This actually covers basically everything we need, so we're going to head down here. We're going to do this. Oh, God. So when you're actually out in the zone, a big part of this is also what the fuck is that, which just happens like every 20 minutes.
Yeah.
But you're like, what the fuck is that? And I kind of know what like again, 25 hours.
I watched my friends stream this game, and they were in just a part of the world where it was just like weird noises and shit moving around at all times, and that's
The
just kind
further
of
you get into the zone, like the deeper you get into the zone, the more just batshit this game gets about like what it can do. So oh fuck, no. Okay, fuck. Like this is the type of thing I'm talking about, right? So that's like, so this thing. So again, I'll just show you the turn the car off because it's now safe. Turn the car off. So stuff like this. This is an anomaly. Oh hey, this would have been the first time I'd seen this. So this just looks like a wrecked car, right? But then you start to go like, actually, this is a weird fucking thing. So if I scan it, it's a wriggling wreck, and again, you can just straight up open the logbook. And again, the logbook doesn't say, here's what the fuck it is. It gives you a log from someone else who was in the zone at some point talking about it. So it doesn't quite like say, here's what it is and here's how to avoid it. It's like, here's a report from somebody else that found this thing, and good luck. And you kind of
sure,
learn
right,
it yourself.
yeah, you figure it out, yeah.
So the wriggling wreck, for instance, is basically like a landmine where you get close to it and it wriggles too hard, and then it shunts up all these electric poles that will just zap you and do some damage to your car, which seems okay actually since I got in. Oh no, it really fucked up my front bumper actually as I got in. So you start to kind of learn bits and pieces of how that works. So where's this building? This is behind me. Okay. So obviously, like a big part of this is you need resources to do shit. So
yeah,
we'll go out into here. So there'll be like buildings of various types. It becomes very clear, this is not really a spoiler, it becomes very clear very quickly that there was definitely like research happening here by a company called, or a group called ARDA. This is their logo. So you can see like they've public health notice on this fucking building. Hey, a telephone. That's handy. Ooh. Electronics. Great.
Okay, that's how that works, I guess.
Cars will sometimes have stuff in their trunks or the boots.
Can you also just you
can also just salvage bits of it. So I can take the steel panel and take it down and get all the stuff from there.
The scrap.
Oh hey, like still like backpacks and boxes. Health is a thing as well. Like you need to keep track of your own health and eat food to stay alive out there. Toolboxes will have resources and all this kind of stuff in there. And then you can run back to the car. Where's the car? You fuck off.
What is that?
That's an abductor. It does stuff. Again, I don't like the less you know about the way that stuff behaves in the
what is
zone,
actually happening? Yeah, okay,
it's just more fun that way. And like I'm normally not that kind of person, but here it's just like the amount of times the stuff has gone from what the fuck is that to oh shit in this game is really, really good. Just dump all this stuff in here so there's some space. Also, just like if I the door, I could just hit myself with the door and it knocks health off. The amount of times that's really fucked me is really annoying.
Sure.
Like I got an achievement for trying to take off while still in park, like 10 times. Like the game knows. So the other thing.
Oh right, okay, sure, I see.
So the other important part of the game is energy, which you get from dumping stuff into this contraption in your car. So let's go get some energy because I think there's one over here. This is one of the tools you can get where, if you look at the map, actually over here.
There's like energy for your car? No, your car runs on
It's general
fuel.
zone energy, really. It's
Zone
not like
energy,
battery.
okay,
Do you
sure.
see these yellow spots where like there's energy in this area, right? So, but you don't quite know exactly where. So
there's energy around somewhere.
You can build this tool called the anchor locator radar. So I can fire this out and it'll be like, something over there. Go. So we're gonna go get that. Kind of make sure it'll look good. So you come across these things called anchors, which in-game basically are items that kind of keep parts of the zone from like spiraling out of control and becoming unstable. But you kind of need the energy, so we're going to steal it. So we're going to steal this anchor. Then we're going to sprint back to the car, because what can happen is once stuff starts to become unstable when you've done stuff like that, some of the anomalies will like go wild, some new anomalies will appear, some shit. Oh god, okay, get this fucking thing in the thing. You fuck off. No.
I feel like we're about to find out what an abductor does.
Yep, get fucking... No, fuck you.
Oh.
No. Get away. Oh,
Okay.
fuck off if I reverse. There you go. So the other thing, I don't know if you saw the thing that jumped at me. That's a bunny.
Yeah, there's like a little spiky ball.
Yeah, this is a bunny, which you can fuck off my car. Thank you. So they'll do.
It's like an EMP device.
There's a bunch of different types of bunnies that do various different types of things.
Sure.
So I'll maybe explore. Oh, there's a station back there, so I'll do that. So again, fuck off with the windscreen wipers. God damn it! Right. You can fuck off as well while I'm getting this thing to turn around. So in terms of like systems coming together, right? Like there's one of the things that can happen. So if you're unlucky with the abductor, it will like launch a magnet at your hood and drag you away, and will drag you away into worse things that will then spiral into other bad things, and just like shit can happen so badly so quickly that you just kind of have to run with it. The punishment for death is you lose half your inventory. You spawn back at the garage, but with half the inventory of stuff you have, including stuff you've built. So it's like it's not a great, like it sucks. It's a bad idea to do it, but it's not like it's game over or anything like that. Let's see what we've got. More stuff. Backpack. You also get log items, which will appear in your logbook, and it's just like world building stuff. It's like and there's a lot of really interesting stuff in there that you get radio
So
messages.
do you think by the end of the game you'll actually understand what's happened, or will it be like a case of you need to find a bunch of notes and stuff?
So, oh god, I forgot about the transmitter. Okay, we'll ignore that because that's a whole other kettle of fish. Also, my lamp just exploded because it ran out of juice, so I would need to go build another one. So luckily enough, you do have a little craft mat in the back. You can build another one from here. But it's not like you can't build everything from here. It's just like a small selection of
just the
you
hand
need.
stuff. Yeah.
And again, like basically anything in the game can be upgraded to make that better and all this kind of stuff. I don't know what will. I'll just eat something quickly so I don't die while I'm trying to show this off. I think you'll get enough. The story has turned into a much more person-centric story as opposed to like a what the fuck is the zone, which is actually really good. Like I'm enjoying what happens, and a bunch of stuff happens that's like, oh, okay, you're really going for this, huh? So we'll get out. So like I said, when we scanned it back at the garage, there was no like ways out. We just have to kind of explore this area. So the way you explore the area and the way you get back, so obviously like none of the exits are valid, right? And in world, it's like they are too scrambled for you to go down right now. So you can't. So there's no way out. So the only way out is to escape, basically. And the way you escape is you have to get more energy. So we need to go get some more energy quickly while we're here. So we're gonna go roughly over there.
Went so well last time.
Oh yeah. See if we can find a couple other. See, I did it again. See if we can find a couple other anomalies while we're out and about. All this stuff is like super like early stuff, so it's not like I'm showing off like endgame creatures or whatever it is. One of the things I really appreciate about this, and again, the more I see about it, is that they're doing a lot with a little. Fuck off. They're doing a lot with a little. So like in fact, I don't even want to talk about it, but like, there's not creatures so much as like, oh god. So these fucking things, just while we're here, these are visitors. If I get close to a visitor, you'll see they'll kind of start to glow a little bit, like in the chest. It's light, so you kind of see it. They're basically just mines, but they're also weeping angels, and people know.
Oh, good. Okay,
so
sure.
like you kind of have to keep an eye on them sometimes, especially if you're yanking anchors. Like they get real bad, and they really fuck your car up if you hit them, which is, you know, don't do that. It's a bad idea. But yeah, they found ways to make really, really engaging stuff that doesn't. Yeah, that's just a saw blade. It just happens. There's just a saw blade over there. Will you fuck off? No, get the fuck away from me.
Is that another abductor? Are they the same thing?
Yeah, they're
okay,
sure. Abductor.
It's weird that they're sort of just like spewing black slime the entire thing.
They just kinda,
there's a saw blade again.
They just kind of do that. Saw blade's over there. It's fine. I'm dealing with it. So there should be an anchor.
See, this
up there
is
somewhere.
weird. Where it was like, you remember a game that you can draw this from is.
Yep.
You remember Stalker?
I do remember.
Where
Stalker.
that had like world anomalies and stuff like that you would like throw wrenches at to get
Yep.
to proc, and it was all
Yep.
just like explosions and stuff like that. This is like weirder than that.
Yes.
Because this is just a fucking saw blade that exists in the
Yep.
ground for no reason.
So
like,
again, if
yeah.
I think I've scanned this thing before, but
It's called a can opener.
it's called a can opener. Yeah. So you can see there's like a kind of slight red trail.
Yeah, you can see the trace.
So that's the
yeah.
path where it's going to go. But again, you're like, the first time you hit this thing, you're like, what the fuck? Like, what is this thing? And then suddenly this saw blade runs at you, and you're like, oh fuck.
Yeah.
So I'm going to grab this energy. And hopefully, so you can see like at top left, it shows you where the car is, which is surprisingly useful. So 70 meters
Yeah.
down there. Go, 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 go. Avoid the saw blade.
Yeah, don't get hit by the saw
Don't get out
blade.
the saw blade, that's probably a bad idea. Where's the car? The car's over there. In the thing. Also, it's probably not going to come across in here, but like,
Does it always happen when you take an anchor out that they make really weird oppressive music happen? Because that's
yeah, 'cause
okay,
that's
sure.
that's the, like the instability of the zone starting to happen.
Yeah, yeah.
Which works. So okay, I can just do this now. So you can see on the right of your the computer here. I'm pointing at it on the screen, which is the thing you can't see, which is great. There's like a red line on the thing on the right. So basically, in order to like warp back to the garage, you need to have gathered enough energy to power the escape mechanism.
Sure. Yeah.
Basically. And then these yellow ones have become active. So these are the gateways that you need to get into. So this one looks like it's up a hill. So it's to my left. Yeah, so probably don't want to do that. So we're going to aim for this gateway and get the fuck out of here. So I need to get kind of up to here to have a straight shot at the gateway. And I'll
Just follow
explain-
the road.
Yeah, I'm just going to follow the road. Let's go. But yeah, so like the sound stuff is also super good. Like also the soundtrack, both the licensed and the original one is really really good.
Yeah.
But the soundscape in this
Yeah.
game, like, it probably didn't come across in the video, but when we started here, where it was like in the middle of the wind and the rain, like it's really, it's a lot.
When I was watching other people play it, and they were the noise is the thing that kind of gets you the most, because it was just like gross and really uncomfortable.
And
like it was,
again,
yeah.
fuck you. Why would you put that in the middle of the road, asshole? Yeah, and especially like when the weirder stuff, when you start getting deeper in the zone, and like some of the soundscapes they've built for this stuff are just like horrific, and you're like, what the fuck is that noise? And I'm reasonably oh, we know what that is. The fuck off. Ooh, okay, it's fine.
Great. That was
Yeah.
good.
You start to just learn the zone, which I think is the whole point of the thing, which is like, and it gives you just enough to be dangerous, and then you just have to learn how this thing works. You just have to learn how it works, and you'll get there. Will you guys fuck off? Thank you. Your car, especially at the start. Oh yeah, so that's just more resources so that you can grab that stuff. And
Yeah.
it does things. So yeah, at the start.
So
like,
is your front bumper fucked up right now? Is that why it's red?
yes. So the
on your-
red
on your little
and the
display? Okay,
headlights and my
Boot.
the trunk, the boot cover, and my rear bumper, and possibly my right wheel, which has got its own. Oh, so let's get through this. Let's get through this. Get through this. It's just an acid pool.
Acid rain.
Yep.
Yeah,
acid
okay.
pool. It's fine. Okay, so we're about here. So this should be about it. So when you want to escape, you can see if I hover over this gateway, you can see there's like a line, like a circle around
Yeah.
it. Oh wait, handbrake.
Your handbrake's not on.
Handbrake.
Yeah.
Handbrake. The amount of times that's fucked me is unbelievable. So it's got like, so you have to activate the gateway from outside the circle. So we're gonna do this, and then shit's gonna just start happening. So we need to get the fuck out of here. So here we go. We're gonna link this gateway, and then we're gonna go. Park. Go. Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? So see the big shaft. Oh,
Yeah.
why would I do it in
So
front
you've
of this?
So you've just
insane
triggered
thing?
a massive fuck
So
up. in
yeah,
the
so
zone,
now the
but-
entire section is collapsing, is no longer stable, and you can see quickly if
the
I look at
ramp.
map. See, there's
Hit
like
the ramp.
there's like a storm coming in, like this
Yeah.
line on the right. Like we need to get the fuck out of here.
Hit that big ass.
Oh, I don't have enough speed to do this properly.
No,
Oh,
that was
okay.
not.
That was
yeah,
not
that
good
was
enough. But we need to get the fuck out of here before the
So
storm
you
hits.
just in acid rain constantly now? Is this
It's
what-
not acid rain.
what's
That was just a
happening?
little specific section. But
Oh,
I
it's
think the
just rain,
storm's about
okay.
to hit us.
Yeah, is that what that display means on your dash?
Yeah, it's. Oh yeah, okay. We're now 100% in the storm. Yep. Okay, we need to get the fuck out of here. So once the instability starts, like
What
all-
are these numbers? See above your like speedometer and stuff, you've got like a 50 and like a
That's
33.1.
so the 50 is your battery capacity for like
Ah, okay, sure.
the
For
power
extra
battery,
stuff.
and then that's your current level and like whether it's draining and
Ah,
whether it's not.
okay.
Fuck
Load and total.
off. And there's an abductor there. So this was. Oh no! Why would you do this here? This is a no. Fuck off! And you put visitors down. Jesus Christ. Okay, I need to get up to this thing. Get in the thing. Hopefully the abductor doesn't grab me. Get through. And fuck. Okay. Whew. So that's what qualifies as a run, right? Getting out into the extended
Yeah,
zone,
getting
and then
out.
walking
Yeah.
back, and then you warp back. And it gives you a little report of like how long you've been out and what you got and all this kind of stuff. So you've got, that's the stable energy, that's the anchors that we picked
I'm
up.
marginally impressed.
Yeah.
Not bad, newbie.
I like that there's something called corrupted energy. That's probably
yeah.
safe.
Uh-huh,
That's-
yes,
yeah.
definitely safe.
Making use of my fabrication station to fix up that junker. You
Yes.
should while I'm still in the mood
Yeah,
to allow
so the
it.
other useful
And then
thing,
there's the test track behind the garage.
again, thinking of things you would need, right, when you're trying to diagnose faults or quirks. There's
Yeah.
just like a loop that behind the garage that you could just run the car around to try and test stuff. So it'd be like, if I go
okay.
over
Just to
60,
see what you can find out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
so then you would do a thing, oh my god, this door is fucked. Holy shit. You just, yeah, so it's breaking and it's cracked. So cool. And then you kind of go from there. And you kind of iterate on this, you make the car better, you improve the garage, you go further out into the zone for more weird shit.
Yeah.
It's wild. It's a lot.
It's again, it looks very cool.
It's
a
very
cool
cool.
looking thing.
Also, like, it's got a bunch of you can do you can spray paint the car. Like I can say, okay, on to black. Dope. And also it's got
right. Okay.
decals, which are always good. You can apply with the little
You
Ardo
can wrap
logo
your
on
car.
it.
Yeah.
Yep, you can put wraps in
Sure.
your car. Some really dumb ones in there. You can customize. I don't actually have it yet, but you can customize stuff like you can collect replacement handbrakes and like dice that hang from the thing and whatever you call this, the emblem in the front, like that can be changed.
Yeah.
And there's a bunch of cosmetic stuff in there, a bunch of stickers you can put on it for customization.
Yeah, my friend was playing it and had a little like fox bobblehead friend on
Yep,
her
you can
dashboard.
get
That
bobbleheads.
was- yeah.
Yep, the bobbleheads are really, really good. I've got one that's currently like a cassette tape that's kind of sets and bobbles. It's really, really
Sure.
good.
Okay.
Actually, I haven't unlocked. Oh, I do have it. So I've got this whole radio you can play. Like, so
It's a lot.
there's a lot
to
in
this.
here. And again, the thing I said at the start, there's a lot of stuff in here that I do not like in other games. I'm not a huge roguelike person. I like the amount of maintenance you have to do in the car of like getting it fixed and replacing bits and doing all this
Yeah.
kind of stuff. I don't really like in a lot of other games. I am enthralled and I love this car to death. Like in playing this game, like really punishing. Like it can be really punishing, especially early on. Like if a bunch of stuff happens and it's not always your fault. Like sometimes you just get fucked by like a mixture of anomalies and weather
Yeah,
conditions and
that's,
stuff.
that's kind of the roguelike thing.
Which is the
sometimes
roguelike
it's
thing, and you just
it
kind
goes
of-
wrong.
Yeah, and you just kind of have to accept that it kind of just fucks up. I'll very quickly, just before we go, I'll quickly load my current game just to show you what the car looks like.
I was gonna say, yeah,
Um,
let's see the slightly further on car.
Yeah, so this is 25 hours. This is where I think I might actually be out in the zone in this save. But so I'm not going to show much, but I'll maybe just spin around and go, yo, here's what the mid to deep zone looks like, and it's fucked in a bunch of different ways. But yeah, it's pulled together a bunch of systems that I don't like in other games, but work really well here. Oh, cool! It's a dark zone. Great, excellent. That's good. So during extreme conditions, eerie darkness.
Eerie darkness.
Yeah, so it's darker than
Okay.
any other section. So I've actually got a better lamp now. Yeah, just like there.
Already, yeah, this feels way different.
Yep.
There's like really
Um,
ominous orange shit, and
Yep.
yeah.
Here's my car. It's got way more
Oh my
stuff on
God.
it now. It's got. I've strapped some extra storage to the side of it for holding more stuff.
Yeah.
With like an extra gas tank.
What's the windmill
This is
Oh,
a
it's a turbine.
turbine, so that
Okay.
if there's high winds or if I'm going fast enough, it'll charge the
It
battery
powers
for
your
me.
battery. Yeah.
I've also got an extra battery on here.
Sure.
I've got armor.
Are these things that can be like cleaved off?
Yes.
Like
so
if you were to like hit something or like an abductor or something was to pull on it, would it like pull off the car?
it can do some damage to that stuff.
Right,
Abductors generally want your items rather than your stuff. But
Right,
yeah, like
okay,
stuff
sure.
like this can fall off. So an interesting thing I found, which I'll just tell people about because again they don't really tell you, if the side storage becomes too worn, it just generates holes and shit just starts falling out of it. So
Nice.
there was definitely a thing earlier on where I went in here and I was like, I definitely had a spare impact hammer in here at some point. Where was it? And it was like 4 miles back because it fell out my car, stuff like that. I've got better storage. Actually, my craft mat's the same. I've got a resource radar now, which is an additional thing. All my doors are armored, which is fun. I've got some more. I didn't even talk about these. So you get equipment that you can do, which is like just mapped to button presses. So like handbrake's there, one you get early on. I've got a thing that can heal me by spending energy. And I've got a resource radar, which I can just ping. And it'll be like,
Oh, that's good. Yeah.
okay, there's stuff. Cool.
Yeah. Stuff everywhere.
But uses battery, which is why I've upgraded my battery. There's a lot. Do I have my bobblehead? Where's my bobblehead?
You've also got yeah, it's there, the little cassette.
Oh yeah, there he is. You can bobble him.
You've also got your weird Tesla half steering wheel instead of like a full
Yeah,
steering wheel.
yeah. That was mainly just so I could see the speedometer better, but there's like customizable stuff
Sure.
in there as well. I'm just gonna very quickly just go. Oh yeah, hey.
What the fuck is that?
I still don't know. Like this thing just follows me every now and then.
It looks like acid, I assume.
It's
but
yeah, it'll burn, but it's like it's never really like I haven't worked out what it's after or what it wants or anything yet. So I'm just gonna
Sure.
kind of go.
I mean that's putting a lot of onus on the giant blob, but I think it should just be left to its own devices.
Oh, absolutely.
That would be
yeah.
that would be like asking what the saw blade wants. Like I don't think it has wants or needs. I don't
Yeah,
think it's
basically.
got.
I'm just gonna.
I think it's just
fuck,
there.
This is
I
already
think it just
pretty bad.
exists.
Yeah. So this is like mid zone. I think there's like mid. There's like outer, mid, and deep. And the deep one I only just
Sure.
got to recently, and fuck. But I think this is like kind of mid zone. Unfortunately, it is eerie darkness. Like everything is just so you can't really see
Yeah, it's just
a
all
lot.
black. Yeah.
But like yeah. So like I say, the randomness part of it. I'm just gonna quickly put my breaker. The randomness part of it. So like the structure of the roads and the exits are always the same, but like
Yeah.
everything else inside it changes
Yeah,
as it becomes unstable. I don't even know what that building is. That's new. Cool. Yeah, so I'll kind of leave it there. That's Pacific Drive. This game is so cool. It's I've put a lot of time into it, and it continues to keep surprising me, and continues to keep like doing cool stuff within scope of what a small team can do, in like ways that I can't explain without like giving away some stuff. But it's just they've done a superb job here. We're gonna right, these things can absolutely fuck off. I know what they are, and they can absolutely fuck off. So I'm gonna end by doing the thing that you asked me to do at the start of the game. Turn around. Yeah, so this Pacific Drive, it's on consoles and PC right now.
Oh, that's okay.
Something hit me there. I don't quite know what it was. I'm gonna.
It started spewing acid out of your
Yeah.
mouth. What is that?
I don't quite. I've got a guess, but I don't want to turn around.
No, I mean what that thing? The giant glowing orb.
Oh yeah.
Oh, there you go. Cool. Big ass ramp.
Gives you a big
Nice.
ass ramp with a speed boost. That's what it does.
Nice.
Except every time I've hit it, I've landed and fucked up my front bumper in really bad ways. Yeah, so it's out on everything. It's on PC, console. The patches they put out have made it way more. It was a little bit not buggy, but like there was definitely some stuff that they optimized a lot.
Sure.
In previous patches. It's currently a state where it's eminently playable now. Again, go read about the save system. It might be a problem for you. It was not for me in any way, but that's a whole thing. Yeah, it's awesome, and I'm going to be playing way more of it. I've just fucked up 2 of my tires. Great. This is your
you've
fault.
done
You
done
went the
great.
big ass ramp. Awesome.
Well, yeah, you gotta hit the big ass ramp.
Of course. Thanks, Cal.
Thanks, Ian.